Well, hello there everybody, and welcome to another Revolution Under Siege Let's Play. This time we're actually going to be playing the Grand Campaign as the Eastern Whites. Everybody on the forums asked me to play as these guys, so that's exactly what I'm going to do. And let's go ahead and click them and get started. So the Bolsheviks initially, but had to break away, and that's the Czech Legion. We're going to take a look at them right here. These guys actually used to be communists, but they broke away from the Bolsheviks to go sort of have their own section of the army. As you can see here, the Czech Legion is a unit made of Czechoslovak volunteers eager to fight Austria-Hungary during the Great War to gain their independence. They disagree with the peace treaty of Brest-Litovsk between the Russian Bolshevik government and the Central Powers, which forbids them to fight against the Central Powers from Russian soil. The treaty forces them to leave eastward and travel around the world to reach the Western Allied fronts in France or Italy. In addition, on the single Trans-Siberian Way, Bolsheviks ordered them to let pass all former prisoners of war from the Central Powers. So basically, we have to give up our prisoners, we've got to give up all this stuff, and eventually Trotsky orders our legion to be disarmed. At that point, we revolted, we refused, and we turned our guns on the Soviets. So now we are officially at war with the Soviet government. Another interesting thing that's happened is over here, the Imperial Gold Train has been detained in Kazan. And this is basically the Tsar's gold train. Now, these rail lines are not going to be fixed for about a few months, until actually October, late October. So we're obviously going to make a move to go there as quickly as we can. I think I'll actually go ahead and take our Czech Legion troops, and I'll see what else we have back here. We've got a lot of different troops. One great thing about playing as the Whites here, the Eastern Whites, is we have a lot of leeway to do what we want with our army. So I'm actually going to move this guy here from the Ural Cossacks division and try to get him into that army. And as for these Cossacks, I might send them elsewhere. I think I want to take Orsk. It's a bit of an eyesore, but at the same time, we might just want to go for the main objectives. And one of the main objectives is, of course, going to be Ufa up here. So let me actually stop this guy and send him this way to meet up with this guy. And then we will take the Orenburg Cossacks, and we're going to start moving towards Ufa. I don't want to move there right now. I just want to take Bulagov, but I do want to eventually go there. Let's see if we can go by transit, and let's see if we can also go attacking. Beautiful. So this is great. With the Whites, the army organization is a lot easier, primarily because you don't have a terrible command structure that is constantly questioning itself. You know, basically, your commanders are free to do as they please. We're also going to send the Czech division over here to attack this city. This is an important city, Saransk. We definitely want to take that too. But of course, our main target is going to be the city of Kazan for now. We also have to worry about these unfortunate Greens, and they are basically peasants that don't support the Whites or the Reds. They want nothing to do with either one. Let's go ahead. We've got some armies here. We've got a really nice army in Chelyabinsk. So I'm actually going to go ahead and grab him and move towards Ekaterinburg. Although I think it's probably not a bad idea to go ahead and reinforce him. So let's see if we could send some reinforcements to this guy, and then we'll commence our attack in Ekaterinburg. And if we have any more units, like these forces and 2 men, for instance, we'll send them to join up here too. 22 days seems a little long, but we can deal with it. And let's take these guys. Can we get the Ural White Guards here this turn? Maybe we can. That would be really cool. We really want to boost up this army, and all the armies around the sector, actually. And, of course, Sirovi is our main general. If anybody wants to drop some info on Sirovi down below, please do. It would be really cool. I'm also going to try to disrupt the enemy just by sending some Czech reserves around to mess with his railroads, etc., and sort of cut him off a little bit, retake some areas. As for Udalsk, I'm still not sure what to do. I think we're going to wait for reinforcements. Oh, that's right, we sent them there. So, you know what? We will attack with Udalsk. We have to take Saratov, so I don't know how easy that's going to be to take. In fact, I think Saratov is probably going to be pretty tough to take. So let me actually maybe just move into Pokrovsk, and if we can eventually move into Saratov, so be it. We must beat the Red Menace, of course, although we want to wait a little longer before we make any political decisions. So we're going to wait on that, and we'll go ahead, send these guys in. Now our Czech Legion could do some good right here. We could start going for Kazan. The problem with Kazan is it's actually quite difficult to get there without facing some serious resistance. So we're going to try 35 days, and I'm definitely going to keep these guys in an assault phase so that if they come across anybody, they will attack. Got a lot of interesting units in this army, as well as the Tajset combat train, and I hope that thing is going to win us a lot of victories in the future. Let's actually take a quick look at the diplomatic affairs here. I don't think we can do anything right now, but if we could start mobilizing our troops, then we will. No, we're going to have to wait a little bit. Let's go ahead and see if we can reinforce a little bit. That we can do. Just trying to get anything we can at this point. And let's end our turn and see what happens. Are we going to have a battle this turn? I'm not sure. Turn 1 of the Eastern Whites. And of course, God save the Tsar, hopefully. In this case, we probably wouldn't make him head of the government. I don't think that was the goal of the Eastern Whites. I may be wrong, but they probably would have defended the Tsar and his family. If anybody wants to, look into that, be sure to leave something down below and let us. Alright, so far the Reds tried to attack us over here, and we have an Eastern White victory. So right away, we got a victory against the Reds. And it looks like our battle in Saransk is beginning, guys. This is, of course, one of our Czech legions. We're assaulting the Reds, and we won a Czech victory. We did lose more men than the enemy, but we ended up doing pretty well during the battle. We failed a few morale checks. That's not great. And the enemy actually had trench effectiveness. But let's take a look at who's fighting who here. And if you guys want to do a little bit more research into these units, that would be awesome. As you can see, we're fighting the Red Guards. And it's really sad. You can actually see the red badge on top of our caps. We used to fight with these guys. But, since Trotsky gave his order, we're now at war. And now the Battle of Eckenberg. Wow, Eckenberg is very well defended. I definitely hope we didn't send these guys to attack Eckenberg yet, as you can see. Alright, let's see. No historical options yet. Okay, guys, so we actually could recomplete the rail pool, and this is going to allow for very fast movement of our forces. Of course, it's going to take away 20 war supply and 50 rubles, but we're going to get plus 100 transport. I think we absolutely have to do that. So we're going to give our stamp of approval there for the rail pool. We also want to raise more money, believe it or not, to fight the enemy. And of course, we're going to decree partial mobilization. I don't want to recruit prisoners, and I'm not sure about setting up general headquarters. This is really basically an option I'm going to give to the users. Do you guys want me to set up a general headquarters for the Ural Army and the Volga Army? I'm not going to do it yet. I might do it in the next turn, but right now I'm just not even sure if it's the right option. Let's also see if we can get some more reinforcements for our Czech legions, and I think we might be able to get a few at least. And so far, we've been doing all right. Not bad at all. Let's take a look here with Kanjin. I kind of want to go ahead and hit Eckenberg, at least very soon. I mean, I'm itching to attack, I'll tell you that. Now, this army seems to be locked. That's unfortunate. Is this guy locked? No, he's not. What about our planes? They're not locked either. So let's see if we can send them over here. And look at this. We've got possibly 2 armies here. Let's merge these guys. We make one massive army, and let's see if we can take Ekaterinburg. This would be a major victory, of course, if we took it. But we're going to have to go in strong. And, of course, a lot of these cities nearby are not friendly to us. So we're probably going to be facing some partisans, etc. But I don't think we're going to face any serious combat. However, in the next turn, we're definitely going to face some combat in Ufa, because we're going to try to take this red city away from the enemy, of course. We also have Kalmuch's People's Army. Kalmuch is a very well-known leader of the Whites, and hopefully he will be doing a pretty good job here as we continue. Of course, we are currently here in Saransk and trying to take it, and we actually have some reinforcements arriving here. They're also going to be moving forward to attack other areas and ultimately get to Kazan. So that's definitely something that's going to be awesome if we can make it happen. I want to make sure we don't have any other armies. This one's already moving up. This army we cannot control because, believe it or not, this is the Western Whites Army, and it's actually the army of the Republic of Russia, which is a kind of a different force from both the Western and the Eastern Whites. I don't control any of these units, for instance. These are the Western Whites. I wish I could control them because they have a lot of men, but we are playing as the Eastern Siberians. So let's go ahead and end the turn, get on to the next battle. Hopefully we'll get a nice victory. Shouldn't have red music playing right now during this. This is madness. The Tsar would be very unhappy. Of course, the Tsar, I believe, is also being held in Ekaterinburg, if I'm not mistaken. And usually what happens, I think every time an assault and break through on the first turn, they will literally just shoot him, and that will be the killing of the Tsar. 100% pro-Tsar, but we're more pro-Tsar than we are pro-Red at this moment. And if we captured him, chances are we would keep him safe. Maybe institute him as sort of puppet to bring the people back together, but ultimately the Whites would take control of the country itself. maybe making some sort of military dictatorship. I'm really not sure different historical scenarios. Okay, the Greens are attacking. Those damn peasants. So Greens are essentially peasant groups that don't trust the Reds or the Whites, and they decide to go ahead and fight both of them. Not the smartest idea, this peasant army. We did destroy them, and I think we may have taken some prisoners too. Nope, no prisoners. These peasants do fight pretty bravely, I must admit. There we go, the Battle of Ufa, guys. We really want to take the city from the Reds, and we got a wonderful Eastern White victory. We were fighting basically just a unit of Red Guards, and we managed to kill them pretty quickly. We also took 5 companies of prisoners, of Red's prisoner. I don't know what's going to happen to them, but probably nothing good. As you can see over here, we also got our other army moving closer towards Ekaterinburg. And look at this, a surprise attack at Shemesheka. I did not expect the Russians or the Reds. Okay, now I'm a bit concerned, but I'm definitely going to go ahead and take this unit of Ural Cossacks and charge across to Saratov. Now, obviously, it's not the greatest idea to charge while we are basically on the water, but I feel that since this Red Army came up here to attack us, they're going to be weak in that sector. That may be a complete miscalculation on my end, but I've got to try new things. And as you can see, we're actually very close to Kazan. So we may be able to go ahead and get started on the attack. I would like to open up this rail line, but I don't want to leave Saratov. We're still trying, or Saransk, excuse me. We're still trying to take it from the enemy, and until we do, I don't think we're going anywhere. Same with this area here, Ufa. We're basically, well, not basically. We are literally besieging these areas and trying to take them over. See if this army's ready to move. Molchanov is ready to fight. Molchanov is awesome. Now, this is an Opanino depot. Now, I've never attacked a depot before, but I'm assuming that this is bringing a lot of supplies to the Reds, and it would be in our best interest to crush it. So I'm going to go ahead and begin an assault here, take some cities back as well, to the Opanino depot. Even though it's going to take us quite a while to fight through this area, this might not be such a bad idea. Start moving these guys. Actually, you know what I'm going to do? Just rethought that. Let's not go to the Opanino depot. Let's move back over here to near Perm and see if we can set up a new high command, essentially. Get all those units to join us and then attack Perm. Okay, that'll be our turn. And we haven't done, don't forget, we can do reprisals, all sorts of different things against Reds in certain areas of the war. And we want to play this very carefully. We don't want to piss anybody off. Does anybody else think the flag of Serbia and not of Siberia? Conglomeration of many different whites, but they do have them. So that's why sometimes people call them the Siberian whites. Also a lot of Cossacks on our side. But guess what? The Reds have Cossacks too, believe it or not. Okay, beautiful. We're beating the Greens in Bukhara, and I didn't even see this this general. In fact, I think this is not our general. This is no, it is an Eastern White general. Wow, Osipov. Great fighting, Osipov. So we may need Osipov to take out the peasants in that area. Now, unfortunately, here in Saransk, it looks like the Reds got major reinforcements. They're getting even more reinforcements, but we still got a Czech victory. Of course, eventually they will beat us here. They're using the Iron Division led by Gai Khan, and you can't actually see the elements here, but it says 14 elements. This would be 14 different divisions. We don't get to see specifically what he's fighting with, but I don't think we'll beat him overall. Okay, here we go, the Battle of Saratov, guys. Remember I told you we were going to go across that river, and it was undefended Eastern White victory. Beautiful, and we actually took the city back, but now the Reds are attacking us, trying to retake the city. Oh my goodness. Come on, men. An amazing charge here by our general. I've got to get this guy's name if we win. Another Eastern White victory, guys. So Savalev has saved us. Really beating back the Reds here and taking that city in one turn. That doesn't usually happen, and that's really cool. So we actually took an objective, and the Reds are definitely going to send reinforcements to try to hold this area. They are like button if you can. Also make sure to share this with your friends. Provide some support down below, and we will continue playing Revolution Under Siege as the Eastern Whites. This is definitely going to be a main series, so make sure to give it your full support. Thanks again, guys. Take care. I hope you like this extra long little video here, and I hope you have an awesome, awesome day.